Hello, everybody. My name is Group 2's. This is John Romongo. We are late, and it's my fault. You get no apologies from me. I don't care. I needed that 15 minutes of sleep I apparently got. Anyway, we are here. We are going to do this, and I am eventually going to turn the light out. Maybe I won't. You get to stare at the mess the whole time. George, it's your show. I'm rambling. Go ahead.
I think everyone else should introduce themselves first.
Oh, right. I play Woodrow. He, him, gnomish, artificer, wizard, and Jim, you're next. Go.
Hi, everybody. Jim here. I play Eldaris, who is our Kalishtar sorcerer / cleric, looking right now for his best friend, who he dearly misses. Pronouns for both me and Eldaris are he and him, and I will pass the ball on to whomever I'm passing the ball on to.
Sure, I'll take it since we went out of the order that I suggested last week. Red, I play Rook, your wonderfully hard-rocking resident bard rogue. And she, her pronouns are she, her, as are mine. And she is a half-drow, half-high elf. And I will pass it over to Spencer.
Hello, everybody. My name is Spencer. My character's name is Butcher Wilhelm. Both of our pronouns are he, him. I am the resident dill for the group, being in the 40s and 50s. I like swords and have a medal on.
And I'm going to take that last layup and dunk it. I'm Kyle, playing Nero.
And Kyle?
Yeah, that's me. That is me. I am playing the Warlock Ranger and am the one in the shadows to be watched for. And that's a dunk.
You there, Kyle?
Can y'all hear me?
Yeah,
I can hear you just fine.
Okay, yeah. I was like, don't tell me I'm talking to myself, because that's no.
Huh?
He's there.
He's here.
Okay.
Can you not hear him?
I can't hear him at all.
Oh, weird.
You're the only one I
We
can
need
hear.
to do some technical difficulty and fix that.
Yeah, it says he's muted on my end.
Oh, yeah, because you muted me last. Well, he can't hear me. I might start to talk to him when they did.
It's 'cause you did this
I'd have
thing
done it
last
for another
time.
2 minutes and like, wait a minute.
He says it's because you muted him last time.
Yeah, it's because that last time I played in game with him and we had to mute it so we didn't have that echo. I don't
So
think you
you
ever unmuted.
You deafened him.
Mm-hmm.
Got it. Fix me.
Woohoo.
There we go. Sorry.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Awesome.
Woohoo. Easy fixes. Yay. Butcher looks lost.
Did you get the introduction? Kyle's
Yeah.
introduction? Okay. Well,
Yeah,
I'm
thank you.
George. I'm the game master. He, him as well. Orc, our hero. And then, so last time on Denizens Social Paradox, the PCs joined together with Dio, Clockwork musician, to fight Isara and her followers as they attacked the Siren Song Bar. Isara continued to praise the King of Deviants throughout the fight. Rook got the first and last kill, ending Isara. Woodrow grabbed the two-headed snake skull that she was using as a headdress and hid it down his pants as members of the Wild Riders and Cyclone Strum police force arrived and had arguments. Had an argument about the belongings of the dead people and whose territory all of this was under. But Eldaris was able to calm the situation and prevent a fight, and then the two groups eventually left with the dead people, and y'all got to talking and drinking. Woodrow told y'all about a job out in the ruins I can't remember if you specifically brought up Junkrat Tom or not, but y'all started talking about opportunities there, and he also identified the snake skull, the conjoined large snake skull, to be a religious icon of the Twin of Destruction, and was made by a blood ritual. And that's where we pick up with all of y'all hanging out as the bar starts to get a little more filled. Van Buren will come over and say, oh yeah, I was using Australian. Would all of y'all like to go and take the VIP section for a little while? We won't have any customers there for at least an hour or so. It is starting to get a little more packed.
That suits me just fine, if it suits everybody else.
I'm fine with it. And she'll kind of grab up her glass and I'll look at the server and kind of hold her hand out like, we're gonna need more bourbon.
They will get a glass decanter and put it to the spout of the large tank of bourbon, carbonated bourbon, and fill it up.
Just the idea of that being carbonated just gross to me. Brooke likes it. There we go.
And then, yes, they will hand over the decanter. Says that should be a few glasses, and you can leave it open for the fizzle to run out.
Yeah. She definitely does that and kind of looks back at everyone just because everyone coming. And then she'll just kind of saunter over to the VIP section.
Eldaris will kind of glide over.
We'll
As will Nero.
definitely head that way, but I'm going to get just a couple more bottles of beer from the bartender who I saved a minute ago because I am not drinking that carbonated bourbon. That, but yeah, I'll grab a couple beers and head over with everybody else.
Okay. So y'all all go over to the VIP section with Dio and Allie as well.
As the VIP section is where we killed, where the final kill was, right?
Yeah.
I'll say. Pretty sure Rook gets to take credit for that kill.
Oh yeah. As we go in, Eldaris is going to look at the blood stain on the floor, and he's going to cast Prestidigitation to kind of clean it up.
Okay. And it is gone. Wiped away somewhere else.
I look at everyone. This is my home bar. I like keeping it tidy for the patrons.
Understood.
I'm sure they appreciate it. I certainly do. Thank you.
I think blood makes the place more cozy, but if you want to clean, feel free.
Oh, I've seen enough blood in my time.
And she kind of just shakes her head and then just plunks down and settles in on whatever some of the seating arrangements in here. If there's like a couch or something, she probably sits right in the middle of it. Then props her feet up on something.
Being the proper doctor,
You're
Eldaris... I am?
George. No, not you. George is.
Sorry. Yeah, as you push back the curtain and enter to the left, there's a plush teal love seat. On the far side, a plush teal recliner. On the right side, a plush teal couch. In the center is a hollow table, it's just like a solid box almost, and you can bring up various types of games or media on it, and the whole room is lit by a purple and yellow orbital, the orbillaries, I think. Similar to one of those rings rotating around a golden sphere with purple and pink or pinkish arcane orbs on the sphere or on the rings as they circle around. So the room's lit by this weird floating chandelier of rings and orbs.
Question for the DM: Are we able to pick the media that we put up on this holodeck?
Yeah.
Can I find the most ethical robot fight that I know of and put it on like a sportscast?
Absolutely.
Yeah, Rook's
So
just in the
there's-
recliner, just leaned back, taking up as much space in this chair as possible. And she's slender, so.
If there is another
Rook
like,
next to her.
there's another recliner to keep the couches open, Eldaris would take it just because the doctor, obviously always in session.
Cross his legs, pulled out
Specifically
like
why
Another
Rook did
recliner
not
to
take
keep the
that.
couches open, Eldaris would take it just because the doctor, obviously always in session.
I think someone has the podcast up and it's echoing. Cross his legs, pulled
Yeah,
out
I can feel
like
it echo.
Sorry.
It's all good.
Okay.
Also, I apologize to the stream for how bad my voice is. Having to hear it.
So, speaking of blood on the floor, Doc, isn't your friend missing? And don't we need to go crush some skulls to figure that out?
I have been politely advised that would be an unwise course of moves. That being said, however, I don't think violence in this case would be necessary, even if we're not able to get the information. I have other ways of making people talk that don't involve any violence.
One day, we're going to have a competition to see who can get someone to talk first then.
See, what I have discovered is that even under intense pain, people will lie to you. People will hold on to their secrets more. But the fear of something worse than pain loosens tongues.
Oh, that's crazy. I've also loosened tongues before.
I have tried more diplomatic routes. I see Rook clearly disapproving of this.
Rook is just light head shake, heavy eye rolling, just lean back in the chair oh my god.
Gotta have fun where you can. It comes with a job.
I don't find violence particularly fun, but that's just me.
That all depends on the situation now, don't it?
I was gonna say your little display out there begged to differ, but
Well,
That's what I was thinking.
well, sometimes to perform a job, it is necessary to employ violence without going into too much detail. The goddess Ishla does teach us that to be vigilant in the face of threats.
It did look cool. I'll give you that.
Thank you.
Hold my drink up.
I've been accused of having a flair for the dramatic.
You
It
no.
look cool. I'll give you that. But speaking of looking cool, I'll turn to Rook and say, nice performance, by the way. I came here to see Dio, but yeah, I'm not going to lie, you did kind of crush him. That was a killer performance.
Well, thank you.
Objectively, your performance was better.
You did very well as well, Dio.
Dio, how do you objectively judge art? That's my question.
There are many parameters. George,
So if you're So wait a second, you're able to analyze and objectively figure out which art is best, and you didn't play the best one? That just seems like bad business in my opinion.
perhaps you are correct.
Not to say I
It was
didn't
the
like
original song.
Yeah, Yeah, you can sit there and imagine what would be best for everyone else, but if it's not what you're feeling or what you want to do or how you want to perform, it doesn't matter. Your heart's not going to be in it, or your circuitry, as it were.
Yes, that's most important. So,
Mr. Nero, I see that you, as well as our friend Butcher, have a metallic arm as well. Is that...
Yes.
Was that... excuse me, was that a choice or a necessity?
A little both, I guess you could say. My arm came off, but the choice of putting a metallic on was the necessity, I guess you could say. But I think we might have a mutual person, because yours looks a lot like mine.
You mean Butcher's?
Yes, sorry. I've had a few too many. Celebration, of course. But yes, I'll turn to you, Butcher.
Mm-hmm.
I'll say,
Yours,
yours, then.
entirely possible. I got mine so that I could give high fives better. I was terribly uncoordinated before I removed it and replaced it with something robotic.
Nice. It is a nice one.
Miss Rook, do I sense disapproval?
Just with the reasoning. I don't mind bionics. They can be very fun in the proper circumstances.
That is obviously I'm making jokes here. I got it after some, let's say, substantial issues with some biological features of mine. So improve.
Doris just sips quietly from his teacup.
Plus, muscles go away. Muscle fibers, synthetically created inside of a carbon fiber nano section, less likely to deteriorate.
I suppose that makes logical sense.
The doc thought it was a good decision, so it must be a good one.
Did you pay this doctor?
What it was worth?
No. I was asking if you paid him, which would probably be why he complimented it and said it was a good decision.
I did a favor for him and then paid the rest in credits, but, I ensured I got my money's worth.
Good man.
Mr. Woodrow, what is it that you do?
Mostly these days, mechanic. Do a little bit of work for the gangs around, a little bit of work for the people around. Got a couple of projects of my own I tinker around with, but try not to let the city fall in around my head.
Is forgive the misuse of the term, the drone that I saw during our battle, is that one of yours? Custom?
Yeah, that's some proprietary tech, and you can see crawling up on his shoulder what is about the size of a cat, but looks like a dragon made out of metal. And I kind of like lift her up and put her on the hollow table in front of us. This is Dora.
Rook immediately sits up and leans forward to give Dora scritches because does not care that it is clockwork or robotic. Just dragons need scritches right under the chin.
And she will absolutely act like every other small animal and accept scritches.
I love her and will protect her with my life.
Carefully,
She just goes right back to petting her.
start making proclamations like that. She might take after you.
Around that time, Ali gets a call on his ATOM, and sorry, he picks it up, excusing himself. Excuse me, and walks out of the VIP area, taking the call, headed towards the bar. He eventually comes back and says, well, I'm sorry, I'm gonna have to go. Something's come up, but it's great seeing you all, especially you, Rook. Woodrow, I'll run that message by the blood lanes from earlier. And y'all have a safe night.
See you soon, Allie.
You be safe, kid.
Try. And he will he'll head out with a odd look at Eldaris before he leaves. I think who's got high insight? I know Nero's is decent.
Yeah, I'm checking now.
I think mine's not bad with insight. Double checking.
I got a +3 to insight, and that's
13 passive.
I have a 16 passive, if that means anything.
Okay. So the two of you definitely get the feeling that Ali does not trust Eldaris, and it sort of began when he praised Ishla. Distrust there. But he is gone quickly, and the heavy curtain falling back into place.
Nero's gonna kind of eye up and down and be like, he seemed to leave pretty fast after that.
I do wonder what the phone call was about, but I don't.
He was in a hurry.
I do hope he's all right, and I don't believe in prying when.
Allie's a good kid. He's always running errands for somebody.
Oh, yeah.
Interesting.
So, Doc, tell us
Isn't
about
your-
this missing person.
Oh, Ibukari? Well, she's been my best friend for years. We met when we were younger. Wonderful, full of life, vibrant, wonderful, just joy of living that is infectious to everyone around her. We've been watching out for each other since we were younger, and
I don't mean to be rude, but I wasn't looking for the life story. I was looking more for actionable information about where they might be.
oh, of course.
Sorry, she's your friend. Just a job to
Sorry.
me.
Sorry. Forgive me. She's a tiefling, red-skinned, dark hair. She has an eye patch. She's missing her eye. Generally,
sorry.
I'm sorry?
So that's what you use the eye patches are for, right?
Well, just the explanation. She, for her, it's a symbol of pride. You probably would hear her before you see her, to be honest. Especially if she's in distress. And I fear she might be.
All right, what kind of leads you got?
Well, the one lead I have is Miss Rook's friend at the Temple Bar, who was not exactly forthcoming with information. That is... Rook is going to speak to her friend to see if she can discover more. And
we
I
also know that she was last seen at Forge Meat Tower.
Yes. And I do hope that we can get some more insight as to what she was doing. The fact that she... I'm going to sound possessive, and I swear I'm not. The fact that she did not tell me what was going on is concerning. We check in with each other when we're not around each other because it's an old practice from back in the days when we were less established to make sure that the other was safe. I haven't heard from her, and she's not here. She's not in my apartment where she lays low when things get tough. I don't know.
Alright. Which thread you planning on following first? Rockstar's friend at the other bar, or straight to the tower?
I get the feeling that, and with all due respect, Miss Rook, Lucas knows something he's not telling us. I am all, like I said, I'm all for diplomacy, and I'm not for violence. I don't, and I'm not going to hurt him. You have my word. I'm not going to hurt him. But I do need to find out where Vikari is and what he knows.
At that, y'all hear above the music, the soft music of the pianist on the other side of the curtain, and the chatter of the bar. Someone say, "What the fuck happened here?" Rook, you recognize the voice as Aramis. I can't remember. Who else was connected? Woodrow. You're also connected to Aramis. Okay. So y'all recognize the voice as Aramis. It's like, Jesus. And then peeking out the curtain, you can see that he's going to the bar. With him is a well-dressed, bald half-giant with grayish-blue skin and dark, large brown eyes.
Yeah, Rook just kind of, as soon as she hears the voice, she kind of perks up, gives a wide grin, sets her glass down on the table, and just gets up and heads out towards the bar.
I'm guessing.
Okay, you can hear him be like, "The fuck? That is crazy!"
Why don't we just have a little bit of a party, Aramis? Come on, you didn't expect this to
Rook,
be normal.
there you are. Thanks, fuck, you're alive. And he'll throw his arms around you.
I don't die easy. Come on now.
Oh, but that sounds crazy. I can't believe it. And Sarah.
She was a bitch anyway.
Yeah.
When she just throws an arm around him and kind of gives him a side
Well,
hug.
maybe we can get her spot at the we can't find it. Why can't I? Oh, the Illicit Midnight Club. You might be able to get a job there now that she's gone. She was, or the sibilant proclamation were regulars there.
I'm sure if anyone can get me the spot, it's you.
All right. It's not your normal place, though. It's a little more dark and bloody.
I never minded deviants. Come on, you've heard some of my songs.
All right. I'll look into it. Speaking of, this is Farrell. Farrell, Rook. Farrell here. Farrell will stick out his huge half-giant hand for you to, and then Aramis continues. Aramis continues. Yeah, Farrell. He's a professional VP gamer, virtual projection gamer, and has this amazing voice. And I was just thinking maybe we work together, start building a band for the pedestrian platform circuit. I mean, if we can get in at the tavern, then maybe we could, move up C60, D50, maybe even B100.
And she kind of like leans back a little and like takes Farrell in again and is just like looks back at Aramis.
Yeah, Farrell will say, "Yeah,
conversation.
I'm on the fence too. I think it'd be nice to make that kind of money. BP Gaming has its bonuses, but I'm not playing up in the high city,
Do you have a following?
Locally, no. Gaming, a little bit.
Okay.
And Aramis would be like, yeah, he's got 15,000 followers. It'd be great.
She just kind of like looks over at Aramis, looks back.
I mean, you probably have like 2,000 on social media.
Yeah. Do you guys want to come back with us and have a drink in the VIP? We can figure that out. That doesn't have to be figured out right now.
Yeah, VIP, of course. Let's go.
And she'll like just kind of turn and skip back to her whiskey.
Okay. What is your passive perception?
I wish it was better.
I think it's like 11, right?
Yep.
Okay. As you're going back into the VIP, you notice another figure come into the bar, but the curtain falls back behind you before you make out anything of them. Yes. Yes, you lead them back there, kind of squished together on the couches as this half giant and very lively man, human man, walks in. Will you actually describe Aramis?
Yeah, Aramis is a tall half-orc, half-tiefling.
Oh, I thought he was I thought he was the human.
No.
Oh, okay.
Lucas is the one that looks human.
Okay. All right, so he's a half-orc. Okay.
Yes, he's about 7 feet tall, has that devilish, suave smile with just a little glint of those under fangs. Always impeccably dressed. Has bluish green skin, kind of a mix of the like a blue tiefling and a green orc. Sleek black hair that's kind of pulled back into heritage braids. That's got just different bands and things. And horns that curve back from his temple like ram's horns, curling into points that he keeps very sharp and capped.
He's like, well, hello, everyone. What? Woodrow. Aramis. What the fuck are you doing here?
I came to grab a drink, take in a show. Apparently knock some heads. You're looking as put together as ever.
Well, It's hard not to be.
She looks in between them just like, I don't know how you two know each other, but I'm going to find out. And she promptly goes back to her seat, which is the recliner. Very comfortable in her own space after she's made people squeeze in. Just back to her, just like lounging. Everyone, this is Aramis and Farrell. He's a gamer. You may have heard of him.
It's a pleasure.
Hello. Aramis is like, so what happened? They said there was a big fight, that you got the job?
Yeah. I mean, it was very interesting. Some possible demonic possession of some sort. Lots of killing. And, yeah, I won.
Awesome.
I think she'll kind of go around and introduce everyone to Aramis and Farrell.
This is nice to meet all of you. Any of you happen to play games or instruments?
You know, I could say my friend Dio over here does.
Oh yes, Dio, I know you. And he's like, I do not need your representation.
But he's really good.
Let's say, look up, thank folks.
And he's like, yeah, you two look like fighters. You ever fought in any pits, arenas? To Butcher and Nira?
Or twice.
Not myself, but
If you're ever looking for some extra cash, I can find you something.
you're speaking my language. I'm always up for
Pretty much
cash.
any job in this city, I'm fairly certain Aramis can find something for someone to do.
Yeah.
DM,
So what's
what would
Yeah.
you like me to roll to find out whether or not I know the gamer?
History check, I guess?
Come on, he's got a following. Doesn't everyone know him?
Yeah, you definitely know a Pharaoh. He is beaten,
I'll start chatting him up about the last tournament he was in. Aren't you the one that pulled that no scope at 300?
maybe.
Yeah. Kind of rig you using? And I'll start just chit chatting him about whatever
Rope
gear
zones
he's
out
in.
immediately.
Oh, Allie's gone, I forgot. Okay, so you two are chit-chatting about rigs. Yeah, Aramis says, so what's the plan for tonight? I mean,
I think we might make our way down to Temple. See what's going on there.
okay.
Heard there was a bit of a ruckus at the Grove Opal going on too.
Oh yeah, that new police force, they've got that place locked down. Some weird thing is happening there.
Have you heard any other gossip over the past day or so?
I mean, nothing great. Nothing really juicy, I don't think.
Yeah, it figures.
Yeah.
Slow week.
Yeah. But I mean, you killed Isara. That's crazy.
It was a group effort of my new friends, and I just happened to get lucky and hit the last strike.
It's not luck when you got skills.
I'll take it. And she'll just kind of take a sip of her now no longer fizzy whiskey.
You know, Aramis is like, I don't know how you do that. You don't drink it with the fizzies.
It feels weird going down, and it's just in my mouth. No, it
It's
shouldn't.
just how we drink it. It's how you drink bourbon.
You drink it fast so the fizzies don't affect the throat. It needs to be one fluid.
So you gotta let it build up in there.
Savor it.
Yeah, exactly. You gotta savor it. Let the fizzies.
Not when you drink. Not when you drink like me. Because the trick was the faster you drink it, the faster they refilled the glass. That was.
I agree with that.
That was
like the decanter that's like stuck in the cushion of her chair. Takes it out and just hands it over to him.
Oh no! Not for me, thank you. My drinking days are long done.
But you just sounded really fun just now.
It wasn't a place of fun where I was drinking from.
Fine.
That's why
She just kind of leans back and takes the bottle.
colorful. Always fun.
Oh no!
She kind of looks at Butcher and holds it up. Thirsty?
I'm just saying, do you know how hard it is to look forlorn while drinking something that is both red and purple?
I've managed. That's when I actually had money. Well, you get the idea. Anyway, I talk too much. I'm sorry. I'll just be here if you need me.
Just gonna slide the bottle back towards him again, just in case.
I'm good. Thank you.
So you say.
Oh, also that red, like I said, that colorful stuff. The hangovers are not fun.
Yeah, I remember. I've had some of those.
Can't get a hangover if you stay drunk.
Right, you are.
You'll,
Aramis.
as I have learned, unfortunately, you need credits to ensure you can stay drunk.
Good point. I can feel that.
I swear I'm more fun than this. I'm reliably told.
I'm not gonna lie, this is about how fun I am. Y'all seem pretty fun though. There is that. Y'all are pretty good people.
I can just tell this is gonna be a party. Let me know when y'all are ready to head to the next bar. Like, we can just make it into a bar crawl. It'd be a great time.
Wait, hold on. The rest of this barrel was free, right?
Yeah.
Well, let's chug it before we go and save money.
Oh, go for it.
Shots. Anyone? Anyone?
I'll do one. I apparently need to do some talking.
I believe that you would be able to acquire the information without the shot.
Are you attempting to discourage me from drinking?
No, I'm merely saying that you do not need to use a supplement to enhance your already rather remarkable skills.
Ooh.
Compliment.
Yes.
Thank you. Then she takes a shot.
Well
leans
done. Well done.
he leans into Woodrow. Was that not obvious?
Doc, I'm gonna be real with you. You're pretty obvious.
She just glances over after she sets her shot glass down and gives him a wink.
Alright. Temple next, then?
Let's go. And she's like, pushes herself up, kind of like jumps up in the air for a second, and then lands and just like grabs her guitar, slings it over her back, just like ready, like energy.
I'm gonna turn to Dio and ask if he's coming. What's his plans?
I can accompany you if you would like.
Heck
That's
yeah,
up to you. Yeah, come on, man.
Very well.
I would appreciate that. The more people around me to keep my head, the better.
Yes. Your
She's gonna
head
look
looks
over.
fine.
Oh, well,
It's the same proportions it was a moment ago.
good.
I'm gonna slug him in the eye. Not cool, bro.
Keep that up, Dio.
Not cool.
Keep a
I-
watch.
I pride myself on no one harming my head.
Ow! You got hit in the arm.
Oh,
Yeah, I put too many on for you. I was like, come on, bro.
no.
Sorry for my friend here. He's here.
No, Dio is
Maybe I'll
fine.
call people.
Dio is fine. I'm quite fond of him.
How long have you two known each other? As I pick up my drink and head out.
Well, I believe I met him here, funny enough, with Ibukari. It was a rather dead night with an awful group of people who did not appreciate Dio's abilities. But Ibukari and I kind of, there was charm in it.
Ah. Yeah, some people just don't. Some people just don't get it.
I am one of the people who appreciate the passion that can be found without the direct screaming of the lyrics. Not to say that there's anything wrong with the screaming of the lyrics. Just that it hurts my ears after 4 or 5 nights in a row.
True. It's not for some people.
I've had my share of, shall we say, pounding bass lines in my head.
Alright.
Brooke's gonna
I
kind
think I
of
know
lean
what you
into
mean.
Aramis and just be like, "Do you think he thinks all I do is scream my music?"
You don't?
He just cuts him off. And then, like, shoulder chucks him.
As y'all leave the bar with your drinks, because there's no open carry or thing here,
Yeah,
barely any laws here.
fair.
As you walk out into the night, you can see that it is full blown night now, with like blotted out stars from a cloud. You see these large dark sections throughout base town and even low town above you, where the power is turned off. But around you, you can see the paddy stacks and refurbished buildings along the edge of the waterway where you are, which is this massive ravine of concrete that's like 50 feet deep, and it's not cleaned up or anything anymore. It kind of just runs wild along the edges now. But it was made as a river within the city. But anyway, as you look around, you see the paddy stacks and refurbished. Many of them are dim or dark. The one that you're on right now or the one that's it's built up above the Siren Song, is brightly lit. It's one of the more populated one. There's a mall, there's a barber shop, there's karaoke, all kinds of stuff up on it. It's very commercialized paddy stack. But around you can see some other ones that are flickering. Their lights are flickering. Their illusions dim as the power is struggling. The threaders and stuff, they don't want to work out here on the edge of town. They want to work in the center where there's a lot more business. So people have to find more extreme ways to power their businesses and homes at night. But above you, like a sea of moving stars, you can see the Lev Cav zooming around in their avenues between the towers and arcologies, with there's actually one of those huge, gigantic chains going right over your head as well from the waterway, through the towers, and yeah, and then you can see the massive from below, this far below. They look distorted, but the massive like arcane, illusory ads and advertisements and whatnot on the built or the towers in the high city, far above. And the streetlights don't really work at night down here. So the street's actually pretty dark. And y'all are headed to Temple Bar. Okay, so that's actually fairly close. So you just go, you leave this, go around, walk through like some overgrown areas of ruin, mostly knocked down buildings, so you can just step over some stones or walk on them, whatever.
She actually takes them into the structure. She's gonna kind of like stop and look at them, and I know she's like, some of you are probably, who hasn't been to Temple before?
I haven't. Only heard of it.
I'll
go ahead and say that I have not.
Yeah, and she's kind of.
Really? Just me?
She kind of looks at Butcher and Nero and just like, don't show a bunch of people. We're trying to keep it low key. And then she'll just kind of keep going to take them in. I don't know how close we are to the actual structure at this point.
Okay, yeah.
As we start heading,
yeah.
wait, you mean the secret entrance one, Wayne?
Yeah, that's how to keep it cool. Thank you.
Never mind.
But as you go kind of along the waterway and the ruins start to become more structural, almost exactly opposite across the waterway from where you were at the Siren Song, you find yourselves in this, like, it looks like some sort of room that survived a building, but there doesn't seem to be an entrance until Rook pushes in this wall at the back, and is there like a password thing for it?
So as she literally, there's like these like very old-fashioned, this would be basically almost ancient architecture at this point, like built up confessionals within this building that just has a few rows of like really busted stone marble flooring and like pews essentially. And she heads back to like this one that's like 3 over from the left and kind of looks back and just goes, don't forget to confess a sin as you walk in. And then she, as she steps in, is actually going to mutter something in Halfling. And then heads down into basically darkness. She kind of just disappears.
I have a feeling. I'm looking back to the others. I just kind of whisper back. I have a feeling if I told you what the password is, she would get mad at me.
So you go next.
I'm gonna follow. I'm just gonna follow along, just like because I was here. What 20 minutes? No, I was here actually a while ago.
Yeah, anyone
I was
that's
just
actually
here.
been there before would know that you don't have to freaking say anything. Rook's just having fun.
Yeah, he didn't do it. He looks back at them. Come on.
I think as soon as he steps down, he gets like just a shoulder punch. Really? Can't even play along? And
Which
she just keeps going.
which arm?
Really? So technically it would be low, left.
Yeah, you might want to check your hand.
Yeah, she does that. Immediately hear, and then
He
the
jumped.
only thing he hears in the darkness as she then continues down the fucking stairs.
He would have actually jumped back a little bit in the darkness and just go like, "Please refrain from touching my arm, thank you."
Having
Next
not
time, go along with the fun.
having not caught that it was a joke yet, Woodrow go next and just nonchalantly say murder and keep walking.
Nero's gonna look at Dio and say, "You next." No? Fine, I'll go. I was gonna kind of walk in and just, agree, say, yeah, murder, and try to walk in the door.
Yeah, it's basically you're greeted by, like, there's a small, like, landing, like a stair landing, and then you're just going downstairs. And it's dark, so if you don't have dark vision, it's very dark. And probably about
I got it.
the equivalent of probably 3 flights of stairs. You begin to see, like, the light at the end of the tunnel, but it's all, like, these flashing strobe lights and stuff. No. Just a very low-key light. Kind of that dim Edison bulb kind of ambiance light. Yeah, it basically opens up to this very, like, chill-looking speakeasy.
Classy. Sorry, numb.
Yeah, you bunch of killers. Come on.
Butcher spent like 2 minutes at the door with his hand on his chin trying to think of one that wasn't murder because it was a copycat.
They already took that one. Fucking love it.
That's like my biggest one. Does violence count as the second one, or do I have to, like, go commit one and then come back later?
Is
You
he,
just
like,
need
yelling
to-
this out loud?
Yeah, he yells down the hallway.
That works, come on!
Just walk down the stairs.
She's
Dio, like the little, like, Dio, like, launches from one of his fingertips this little, like, disco ball that starts showing light off around them when they make their way down.
Oh, I'm getting that one later.
Totally need that mod, guys.
The fact that I didn't know is the only reason I don't have it yet.
Life, baby.
So, as y'all go down, you find yourselves in this, the way I imagine it, Red, is a refurbished, refortified cellar.
Mm-hmm.
And probably some old arcade machines, bar, few tables, and it's not a huge place by any means.
Nah, it's very compact, but it's very, like... It's like that quiet, like, aside from the, like, the arcade games, it just kind of has that, like, you can come here and decompress, especially, you know, where Rook normally plays, like, high energy and stuff. It's definitely very opposite. Because it's very intimate, it's small, it's quiet-ish.
Mm-hmm. You can see that Lucas is still here, no longer playing Holo console, and what was his name? I've got it. I've got all the names somewhere. Gakal is gone though. The Goliath man. That was friends with Ibiki or Ibukari. Sorry. But yes, you see, the place isn't. There aren't that many people. It's still only like 9:30, 10 maybe. So there's some people, but not a lot. Lucas is the only really recognizable face. As you enter, the barkeep says Val, gives you a head nod. Aramis. And he's like, yep, we got a whole bunch. Round of drinks for the table. And then, what do you say you let Val play a few? make a few coins off the regulars. He's like, okay, I mean, if you want to. And Aramis kind of on the bar, like, to Rook, trying to get her to play a few.
Point of order, why did they call me a different name?
You said you perform as a different name here.
Sorry, my brain catching up. She's kind of like gives a awkward grin and just not really necessarily clocking it. Just 1. I'll do 1.
Alright, and he kind of turns, everybody get your coins out, as Val the Magnificent's about to take the stage.
She kind of chuckles and shakes her head, and she's gonna basically like tap her guitar, and it changes from looking like this, you know, like the battle axe, like all the electric stuff, to something that looks kind of a little bit more subdued. Basically casting minor illusion on it. And then she'll kind of walk over to basically the stool she normally sits on.
Can I interrupt for 1 second?
Yeah.
Before you walk over, Eldaris is gonna take his right hand and just tap you on the shoulder and just say, "Good luck, thou." And he's gonna cast guidance on you, so you can
She's
up
gonna
your
smile and
performance
say,
roll.
thanks. Like, unfazed by by him, like, very confused by the name.
So
She's gonna head up.
Okay. As you do, Aramis shares the tips app for the whole bar, so everyone can
They
throw
kind of
coins.
blows all over the place.
Links below.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Mhm.
it's below, guys.
speaking of which,
And so you all get little pings on your devices from that, and then you can bring them up into Aether reality, or, you know, projected reality, the AR of this world, and do it. But please, Val, what do you do this time around?
She's just gonna kind of like get up on the stool and kind of prop up like old school acoustic songstress kind of style, and basically the song that she's gonna perform is balladish. It's got a little bit of a lift to it. It's not just super chill, but it's slower. In comparison to the show she just did, it is basically almost the exact opposite without being like soft jazz. And, huh?
So you play Wonderwall?
Yes. No, it's closing time, motherfucker. But yeah, it's just a soft ballad, and basically half of the there's certain passages that she sings in Elvish, which just gives it that extra kind of very elegant kind of sound to it. And the basic gist is about not being able to go back to where you're from. That kind of a feel. And what is guidance? Remind me.
Well, it's a D4.
yep.
D4 got me a 4, so thank you. So 12 plus 6 plus 4, 22.
That is amazing. Amazing performance. People are tipping, and you made 11 gold off of that one song.
I went to her to Dio and said, you might want to think about joining her.
Yes, she is quite talented.
And I think like the whole time she was playing, like she doesn't actually look up. She is looking down and playing, and like her hair is kind of curtaining. It's you know the dramatic. And then she kind of adjusts back up, sets the guitar down, and walks off. Because she said she was playing one.
There's a lot of claps and snaps for you. And Aramis is like, whoa, can you believe that? What did you think, Farrell? Wouldn't it be great to team up with her? I was like, yeah, it would be. Too weird. Your highs, my lows.
We'll see what works. We're gonna need to practice and see if that even matches. As she walks back over and slings her guitar back over her shoulder, and it goes back to its normal look.
Okay. Yeah, y'all pull some of the smaller circular tables together and sit around them while Aramis gets y'all a round of much less alcohol of much less quality.
Yeah.
Closer to grog than bourbon.
It'll start to taste like water at a certain point. It's alright.
But don't. Okay, I think we should. I gotta walk her. I think we're gonna take our break there. 10-15 minutes if y'all need it.
Sounds good.
Alright.
You all in?
All right.
Be back soon.
And we are back. We are back. Sorry. Don't know what that was. I'm still waking up. We're still playing games. Yeah. And I think we're still drinking. Are we at the bar? Like, what round are we on?
Well, you're on your first round now at the Temple Bar.
At this bar.
Like, who thought we were counting? Were we supposed to be counting?
Eldoris, while you've been spending this time with Farrell, though it's been a short amount of time, there's something about him that's familiar. If you're even there, I know you were going in and out. Yeah, I guess he's still going in and out.
I'm here. Can I help you? Yes, sir.
I was going to say, there's something familiar about Farrell. You can't place it, but you think you've met him before. The large Goliath BP get player. Mm-hmm.
Just being, I guess, direct, I'm just going to say, excuse me, Farrell, have we crossed paths before? Former...
I don't know. You don't look familiar.
A former patient, perhaps? I'm a doctor. Of the mind.
No, I doubt it. You can see him get, like, defensive, put his arms, cross them over his chest, and be like, nope, I don't know any doctor.
Can I insight that?
Yeah, absolutely.
Uh, 23.
Okay, you definitely get the sense that he is hiding something, and he's become defensive. The mention of doctor, someone he doesn't recognize, bringing up his past, it seems to have moderately triggered him, upset him. I don't know. No doctors. I think you guys should go. I'm gonna go back to the arcade. And Aramis will say, "Oh, what? Oh, you can't go yet. We were just starting to hang out. What was that?"
Sorry. Forgive me, sir. I must have confused you for somebody I've met a while before. I did not mean any offense.
Oh yeah, it's okay. It's just things have happened, you know. We all got our stories.
Yes. Yes, I understand. Please do not mistake my curiosity for rudeness or trying to pry. Like I did say, if you do ever wish to open up to somebody with assurances of confidence, Eldaros will reach into his pocket. Here's my card.
Aramis will snatch it and read it. Yes, wonderful doctor. You're a mind doctor, huh? He puts the card away.
Yes, I am. I counsel several people in how the mind works and trying to help them various conditions. Depression, for instance, anxiety about the world. I try to help anyone in small ways I can.
His eyes, Aramis's eyes kind of wander over to Woodrow. You help people, with their anxieties and fear of the outside world, you could say, right?
If said fear needs treatment, yes. However, the important thing is that people need to come willingly. I can't force somebody to
Oh,
open
of
up,
course,
burn.
of course. I understand that. It's just he'll look at you. I was just curious. It's not often you meet a psychologist down here, especially in these kinds of places.
Well, a good friend of mine likes to bring me here a lot, and encourages me to. What did she say? Live a little, which again, not to preach. The goddess Ishla teaches us that we should celebrate life, and these gatherings are a good way of doing that, if done, with good intentions and responsibly, which everyone has done so far. But I seem to adhere to other teachings a little more.
I point at Butcher's ridiculously colorful and fruity looking drink and say, "That look responsible to you, Doc?"
This man is simply living life the best way he can. He's enjoying a
This
beverage.
is the most responsible man in the room.
It's as long as he is enjoying life that he has, not harming anyone without due course, the need of protection of people, life, and yes, he is. I celebrate his revelry.
So yeah, that's great. Aramis takes another drink.
Yeah, she's basically Rook is basically like just slid up very quietly to the bar and is like just she's just like that was not how she really wanted to. Just met these people and then is doing that after having just performed at the other place and it's just like she just kind of like settles down, takes a small drink. Just being very quiet, like, we're not going to talk about this. This didn't happen.
All right.
And she is going to look around to see where Lucas is posted up.
He's lounged back with his feet up on one of the tables, in a chair, kind of with like a burnt out cigarette or whatever hanging from his lips. He looks bored.
Yeah, she'll get a refill of her drink and then basically again just kind of slip off the stool very quietly and just head over to where Lucas is.
He doesn't pay any attention to you as you sit, and then he says, "Rather over here than with your friends."
You're my friend too. And she'll pass the drink over to him. How are you
He
doing
will sit
tonight?
up. No.
I should just say, how are you doing tonight?
Okay. He'll sit up and take a drink. Sort of. I mean, that there's this missing woman. I didn't realize it was such a big deal. But yeah, she's that woman, Ibiki,
Ibukari?
Ibukari, yeah, that's it. We went home. We went back to her place, my place, a few days ago, and then she left and just been missing. And then some guy was in here earlier talking to me about it. Real nerdy looking guy.
Yeah. Wonder how he got in here. That's weird.
Mm-hmm.
So she was fine the last time you... Sorry. I know Ubikari.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, she goes to a lot of your shows.
Yeah, she's good people. So it's been like 2 days since you've seen her?
Mm-hmm.
Damn. Did she seem off at all? Like, she
I
didn't
mean,
show up the big show, and I was hoping she'd be there to, kind of represent, give me a little bit of hype.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, we were fooling around, and then she got like a message, and then just left.
Damn. Yeah, I haven't been able to get a hold of her. You didn't fuck up when you two were messing around, did you? And she just kind of gives him a look like fucker, don't hurt my friends.
No. I just, I'm getting more worried with all the news out of the West End. The Bear Syndicate's under attack from the Raven Mambos. It's just that whole area. I think I might have to move.
Damn. You're gonna leave the tower?
Just clearly getting too dangerous.
I mean, I have told you need to find a better place. You gotta get some better digs, man. Like, I know the place is comfy for you, but
Nice dark thing.
I know. She kind of like motions to his cigar and just like, do you need another one of those?
Oh, sure. Yeah.
She'll
Hey, wait! He kind of looks over and past you. There's the nerdy guy.
She just kind of withholds a chuckle and looks back over her shoulder and goes, like, tilts her head like she's seeing him for the first time, looks back at Lucas and goes, he does kind of look a little nerdy, doesn't he?
Yeah. It's the haircut.
She'll kind of glance back again, because I'm assuming Lucas did not say that quietly at all.
No, not at all.
Hers quietly, but
I'm a chuckle.
Yeah, he'll yell over, nerd, did you find, what was her name?
Kari.
Ibu Kari? Kari.
Enough.
Eldaris, if looks could kill, this man would have dropped dead about 20 seconds ago.
Well, I mean, you have certain abilities that might be able to do.
Brooks just like turned around in the seat, just like looking back at Eldaris, just waiting to see what he does.
In Rook's head, she'll hear a message from Eldaris. I hope you have something to give me when you're done talking to him. And,
Just a grin, no reply.
Eldaris is gonna, like, after the whole exchange, he's going to immediately, turn to Nero and just go, so how did you and, forgive me if you said this, so how did you and Dio meet? With the most pleasant smile he can put on.
A long time ago, he used to be in some deep things around my kind of parts, and I saved him this old bag of bolts over here, and we've been friends ever since, because he's about the only thing other than my cat that I've had. And,
Yeah, you can see that he's got a sparkling oil.
It's great to hear that you were able to help Dio.
yeah, I saved him once or twice. He saved me once or twice. You know how it goes.
I do.
I'll give him a cheers.
Yes. Well, I tell him all the time, you must get away from the ruins. Continuing to live in that clock tower is going to get him killed.
That's the only place that's kept me alive this long. What are you talking about, man?
Wait a minute. Do you mean the, oh, goodness. The Oracle Clock Tower?
The very one. What do you know about it?
Eldaros kind of just has a little smile. Some nights when I'm not with company, I like to go to the clock tower to clear my mind a little bit and just try to be at peace for when my mind presents its troubles.
Gotcha. I know a few that do that, but little do you know, I've lived up at the top for the past few years.
Oh, I'm sure you must have seen me if you are a bit of a eavesdropper. I do hope you haven't heard me talking to myself.
I talk to myself, and they are the ones who talk back to me. Hey, you heard any voices around there?
I haven't heard voices. No.
See, if you stay long enough like me, eventually things will start talking back to you. See?
You mean
objects around here seem to have a mind of their own, I guess.
Things within the clock. Things within the clock tower, you mean?
Yes.
Oh, okay. He looks a little calmed down. Okay, yes, good.
What? You look a little alarmed there.
Oh well, part of my training as a doctor, is knowing that some voices don't come from the machines within clock towers, and if we can identify the source of those voices quickly, it is usually wise.
I'm not crazy, I swear to you.
Oh, I believe you. You, I would know if you heard anything in your head that you shouldn't be hearing.
Can I get an insight check on Eldaris?
And what? Looking for what?
He seems to have, I'm trying to remember if it's been brought up in front of Woodrow before, but I feel like there's a prefixation with hearing voices. I want to know if Eldaris is hearing voices.
Okay. Yeah, you can roll an insight check, sure.
16. That's probably a little bit much for a 16 to gather.
You get this sense that he's definitely exchanged conversation with things beyond this simple realm, beyond the city, or that either that or he has a particular insight into people that is beyond intuition. You do know there are some people out there that are naturally gifted. They are called Kalimstar, that can tap into people's thoughts, kind of communicate with them in their mind naturally.
Okay, I'll take that.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to say at the same time, so you said you're a doctor, right?
In the mind, yes.
Alright, I might have something to run by you, actually, since you seem to be hanging around the same side of town. I may or may not have stashed a body that I found near the ruins that was kind of brutal in nature because whoever did it kind of cut them open and then removed certain body parts and replaced them with, graffiti art, piecings together or something to imitate the body parts they stole. It's pretty messed up. But have you heard of any type of thing like that? It's pretty messed up.
Yeah, have I heard anything about that?
You can roll a history check.
Sure, why not?
These fucking Banksy pieces are getting out of hand.
I'm gonna say it kind of loud enough to see if anyone else kind of heard what I was saying, since I feel froggy enough in this group.
Okay.
Brooke's just kind of looking over still,
12.
You you've never heard of anything specifically like this, but it does sound like the workings of a ritual killer, a serial killer, stuff like that.
And it was a clockwork.
You'd have to,
Ganger.
I mean, obviously, seeing it and inspecting evidence and stuff would give more information.
Not having seen any of the grisly images or knowing a lot of details, seems ritualistic of some kind. You said the parts were placed with, like, almost...
It was. I mean, to them, I guess they would think it's art, but I mean, it's just things cut into the shape of the missing body parts, like canvas paintings. So it's like they're, I mean, a little cuckoo, if you know what I'm saying. I don't know.
I might agree with you there.
But it's not the kind of thing I wanted to leave around where I was headed, so I kind of have the body still if you want to come check it out. That's why I asked if you were a doctor. Maybe you'd understand or have some type of insight I don't.
Dio will say, replace with canvas paintings.
Yeah.
That sounds like, goodness, come on, help me out here, thing. Lashy 5.
Who?
Lashy 5. He was a painter and has not been seen for a week.
And you know this how, my friend?
She lives not far from the Oracle Clock Tower.
Or you can take us to him.
To her apartment complex, yes.
Or reason
Patty.
as well. Swirl around my drinks and kind of look back and forth. What do y'all think?
I would have no objections to investigating this further. I have a network of other professionals who I could reach out to. Maybe they have heard something more in the course of their studies that could provide some more insight.
Okay. Thank you very much, Doctor.
Anything I can do.
Can y'all hear my dog drinking from her water bowl?
Nope.
So loud. Like she's
Rook's
drinking the whole
gonna
bowl. Sorry.
Rook's gonna basically like pass off a very nice cigar to Lucas and then head back over to the group.
But yeah, around that time, Farrell is also going to go over to the Hollow consoles and boot them up, and then Lucas will light his cigar and go over, and they'll start playing some old school Hollow game. What was I doing? Okay. So you've got some more leads out there in the big old city. Aramis will order a second round for y'all. And he'll lean in and say, lean into Roke and say, "Hey, can you get this round?"
She just kind of nods and she goes, "I mean, you basically conned me into playing, and I got some earnings, so I got this."
Yeah, that's why I got you into play.
Yeah. Just kind of. Go. It's like shoos him off. Like, we'll talk later. Go.
He goes to the bar to get more drinks for y'all.
Did you discover anything?
Let's see. Ibukari was into Lucas. They went over and fooled around at his place.
Darius
and
rolls his
then-
eyes.
And she just like rattling this off. And then she left 2 days ago. And he has not seen her.
Yeah. Dio's
I like it.
Dio's communication tells us something different.
He also said it
uh,
was 86% accurate, potentially accurate.
Like sparkles over that.
Someone else walks into the bar. They're in a leather jacket and it's pouring rain. An orcish man. And he's like, one of y'all got a friend waiting for you up there?
Can't
No
be
one.
me.
Huh?
Can't be me.
What kind of friend, sir?
I don't know. Tall, cloaked, kept to the shadows.
Stay here, everyone. I'll investigate this. I'm gonna get up to go see what's going on.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm following him.
I'm gonna look at Butcher and be like, if you don't mind, if there's something I'll signal if there's something.
What's the signal?
All right.
I'm just gonna, in Hero's head, he's just gonna hear, oh, trust me, he'll know.
So you want to go up to meet a mysterious stranger without backup?
Precisely.
All right, pacifist. You have fun with that.
If you
And
all
I'll
excuse
sit back down.
If you all excuse me for a moment. Once Eldaris is out of the temple bar, he's gonna do the whole ninja cloaking stuff to go back up out to see who's waiting there.
Okay. I'd like you to make a perception check.
Perception's one of my good ones, right? Nah, it's not bad. 18. Did it come through?
Sorry, I had to replace it. It's 17. Okay. So you notice it is raining as you get outside. The ruins give you somewhat cover from that. The upper floors, of course, destroyed, but there's still beams, some rotted beams that you can take a bit of cover from the rain. You see that at the edge of these ruins, what was probably this temple that the bar is built in the cellar of, you can see a incredibly tall, maybe 8-foot slender figure with covered head to toe in a black cloak. You cannot see any features of them, especially in the darkness around here, as there are no lights close to this property.
Would my super dark vision affect that?
Well, yeah, you do have that. Shoot. The only thing you notice that they have their hands inside of dark sleeves, right? And as it kind of you come out, it makes a bit of a motion at the arm, and the you see just the wrist. You see some sort of purplish flesh, but it covers it quickly and turns and starts running further off into Base Town proper.
That's so no discerning marks, no anything like that. Just that's what I get as they run away. Okay.
Yeah.
And I'm assuming running after them is not going to go well.
You can chase if you'd like.
Real quick, he's had enough time to get all the way to the entrance, been gone 30 seconds to a minute. Woodrow's going to look over at Butcher. All right, now we follow him, right?
You'll also notice at that point that Rook is gone. She's not in the bar anymore.
Fucking rogues.
Oh yeah, I'm running. We're going up the stairs.
You know what? Everyone's chasing. I'll chase. I will try as stealthily to chase this person as possible, using all my little tricks.
Okay.
I'm gonna say, hey,
roll-
we're
I'm just
following the
gonna
lead.
continue to follow him.
Okay. So, Nero, were you going out there with Eldaris?
I mean, if everybody else is going and my drink's out, I'll look at my
They were
cup.
following. They were giving him like a half a minute.
Yeah, I'm gonna wait till everybody
okay.
else gets up. I might as well follow because I don't know.
Okay.
It's fun.
All right, Eldaris, stealth check as you try to stealthily follow this figure.
This isn't gonna probably go well, but let's try it. Hold on. I always forget. How do I roll with disadvantage on this thing because of my armor?
Control.
Control. No. I'll just do this. Hopefully. Yep. Here we go. Nope.
As you're set to following, there's a flash of lightning as the figure stops and turns around, extending one hand out towards you. A long purple claw with 3 fingers and a thumb, and purple flesh, and its hood wafts back in the hair, in the air, and you see 5 purple tentacles reaching out from under the cloak's hood, and I need you to roll wisdom save.
Okay. I get advantage on those.
Okay.
$23.
All right, you shake it off, and it turns to run again. You can see it's headed for a more populated area. It looks like some sort of cock bar.
Thinking. I think it. Okay.
Red's face got me there. Yes, a clockwork.
I have nothing if not full of expressions. You're welcome, everyone.
It's a cock. It's a clockwork operating carriage. It's the car of this world. It's like a car for like.
Realizing I think I've been made at this point. The first thing like Eldaris is going to do, rather than continue the chase, he's going to pull out his communication device. Gray gentleman. Not just a text, like actually physically call him, and once he gets an answer, detail everything he saw, the coordinates, like as official as he can be, letting them know you have a problem.
Yeah, just as the like a car or a cock passes by with streetlights silhouetting the figure, they disappear in the shadow, and you can't see them anymore.
So, on the phone, assuming Ronstein has answered the call, I'm gonna be like, "You're running away from the temple bar. Purple tentacles. When I pursued, dark hood, couldn't tell any features. Went into one of the cock areas, disappeared in shadows. All guardians in whatever the sector is that he would use, be on alert, start an investigation and a sweep immediately. I've been made."
All right.
And then he's gonna hang up the phone, walk back a little bit, and just kind of like let the illusions fall away, just keeping his hood up because it's raining.
All right.
And
as you turn around, you see your new companions running out across the overgrown stone ruins in the yard there.
As he begins to like start taking steps back that direction, all of a sudden, like he can hear extra footsteps right next to him, and Rook's just walking in stride the same direction as him, not coming from where everyone else is running from.
he looks at her first. He just goes, Must you do that? Don't answer that. I know the answer already. Forget who my best friend is. I am quite thankful she hasn't told you everything about me.
I just learned some fun things, though.
I'd rather you keep them to yourself.
Around that point, the others are getting close.
She just smiles.
Whoever it was,
See that lightning?
First place is what I'm getting.
friends, whoever it was, seems to be startled. I think they were looking for somebody decisively not me.
You know what I hear from that statement? You probably should have brought us out with you to begin with, and then we probably could have caught him.
I'm sure that there are people working on it now if this person is up to no good. Come, if your drinks have gone warm, I will buy the next round for us. And I will like take the lead back so everyone knows like I'm not gonna try and slip away. Like, yes, watch me go back into the temple bar.
She just walks behind.
Okay. You know, you all make your way back down, and Lucas and Farrell are in a heated race on their hollow game. And
all the way back, as we're all walking, and Eldaris is like in the lead. She kind of looks over at everyone else and just like, y'all took a little while to finally decide to get up and move, huh?
He wanted a head start. Give him a head start.
You guys are.
I wanted to prove my point that he can't do stuff without us.
Well, I actually was able to accomplish quite a bit.
She just
Oh,
nods.
so you have him in custody already?
No, but I have knowledge of his existence. If I'm correct,
Also have that.
If I am correct, that is a far scarier prospect. Most dangerous adversary is the one you don't know exists. And now we know they exist.
I'm gonna say, I think the most dangerous one is the one you can't see, and tap Brooke on the shoulder and say, "That's a pretty impressive skill."
I agree with that. Wholeheartedly.
Shucks.
Speaking of not seeing things, what exactly did you see up there?
A fellow in a black cloak. When he saw me, he took off running. I followed after to see if I could see what the problem was, what was so scary, and he went into one of the shops, and I lost him.
Wait, so he invited you up there, and then as soon as he saw you, he ran?
I believe the message was for someone, not necessarily me in particular. I have a suspicion I was probably the last person that wanted to see.
Oh, so, like, you knew him?
Oh, no, not at all.
But you got a glimpse of his face, right?
No, there was some degree of supernatural darkness that even my eyes couldn't penetrate. And my eyes are very good in the dark.
It sounds like it would have been helpful to have hands on him.
I don't know if we would have caught him.
Yeah, I guess we'll never know now.
Perhaps not. Now, are your drinks warm? Should I refill them?
Yeah, I'll take
it's
another
only
drink.
been a
I don't say no.
Okay.
Assuming the drinks are warm, Eldaris will take care of the next round for everybody.
Okay.
Is there any type of perception check to see if maybe he like just trying to get off subject real fast?
Be a insight check.
Insight. I don't even know. Hold on. Let me try. Insight. +3. All right. 17.
Yeah, you definitely feel like the Eldar's deflection to curve the conversation where he wanted.
All right. Duly noted. As I take my drink.
At the bar. Miss Rook, would you mind giving me a hand with these? I don't have the hands for all of them.
Oh, sure. She'll grab a few.
As you get close, he'll just like lean in and whisper, I appreciate the silence on this one.
I'm not all talk.
Just a smile, just like as he comes back. There we go. The colorful one for Mr. Butcher here. Woodrow just gets the beer. I'm learning quickly what your preferences are. Tells me a lot about you.
Rook's gonna minor illusion like a little like beach umbrella and a swirly straw in Butcher's drink.
I'm more disappointed when I find out the swirly straw is just an illusion than I am that there's a
I'm waiting
swirly
for him
straw
to
in my
just be
drink.
like, okay, and then just nothing happens. Straight through it.
No, I'm gonna pick up the drink and then like do that thing where you like absentmindedly look forward while reaching for the straw with your mouth, and then get more and more pissed at missing it.
She's just over there like trying to hold it in, just. Yeah. Then probably if he keeps doing it for a good 5 seconds at least, she will start laughing.
Yeah, no, like for 2 or 3 seconds, and then I try and like grab the straw, my hand goes through it, and I just like stop.
Like, but it looked cool, huh?
Yeah.
Just leave it in there just for kicks.
Should have known better. The last drink didn't have the straw.
Eldaris will reach out his left hand, and a second straw appears with the little minor illusion.
This time I look and I grab at it.
She's cackling at this point and nudging Eldaris because he's giving in to actually having some fun. So proud. In the right arm this time, not the left.
There is you feel actual, skin and flesh when you nudge him this time. He's got a little smile on, but you can kind of see like it's not exactly a true smile. His eyes are giving away that he's really nervous.
She just kind of leans in. Try a little harder to look relaxed.
I would if we didn't have two problems now instead of one. If I didn't have two problems instead of one right now.
No. You said it right.
I appreciate. He's going to stop talking. He's actually just going to go through the mind channeling. I appreciate your help trying to find Ibukari. If I'm right about what that was, this might be out of both of our leagues.
We'll have to find out. I don't know if she can respond back.
Yeah.
I'm just like watching you guys look and then like look into each other's eyes as he uses his mind speak, and then you saying, I guess we'll find out. I'm just gonna like do the open mouth.
She just gives Butcher a wink like, oh yeah.
Eldaris actually has to process for a second. He's like, oh, that's the reference. I understand.
I'm gonna go put that illusory umbrella behind your ear, like Eldaris' ear, and then be even more upset when I find out that it's an illusion too.
Rook, this out loud to the table. When you spoke to Lucas, he gave any kind of indication that he might know more?
No, he seems to be a little possibly put off by what happened, but I don't think he was lying to me. May just have to go check for some leads around the tower or something.
That our next step then?
Sounds like a plan. What tower?
I think it was Grove Opal that we saw Lucas busting out of with
No, Grove Opal was the
That
thing
was the
where
forge.
it's turned
no.
into a giant cyst bubble.
there was the place that Dio saw, or
Forge Meat.
Forge Meat.
or
Yeah.
that Forge Meat.
Yeah,
That's what
okay.
we're looking at. Sorry about that.
Okay. No worries. There's just a lot of towers.
Yeah, I was actually just about to ask, to be clear, Forge
I'll
Meat
check.
is not the same as Oracle. Oracle is the clock tower where everything's alive? Cool.
Yep.
That's the one. Wink at you. I'm not
Yeah.
crazy, by the way, Doc. As I look over him.
Oh, I know. It's you're okay.
Forge Meat is relatively close to the clock tower, though. Like maybe 10 blocks away from each other.
Which one's taller?
Forge Meat, it goes up to like 200 stories.
Okay.
Yeah, it's one of the big ones up at the high city. Goes all the way up.
Do I know anything, or would I have heard anything specific about Forge Meat? Just like personnel, people who would be there, what it would be used for.
What villain's territory it might be in?
Mm-hmm.
The Forge Meat is in.
Isn't it White Fist territory?
It's just south of White Fist. Yeah,
The White Fist. It's in their
Yep.
war zone.
yeah.
I took notes.
I have taken
Anyways.
notes. 3 sessions in a row. I am on a roll.
I'm so proud of you right now.
I have notes too. I just didn't. I got it confused. I think that it was. I missed the name of the tower. Forge Meat's in the war zone. Oh, I don't like that.
Forge Meat in the War Zone is actually the name of my Metallica cover band.
Hey, if it's gonna be in this world, it's Warforged Meat in the War Zone, okay?
No, that's just me on a Sunday.
Well,
I am.
Finish this round and
Yes,
take a
sir.
walk.
We'll have to be careful if we are heading into a war zone. You might not have a side in the conflict, but stray fire, mistaken identities. I recommend being extremely careful. I know we are friends and we are becoming friendly with each other. And I don't mean this to dissuade any of you. But if anyone wishes to back out, I hold no ill will, no ill intent. I do not want anyone to be putting themselves in harm's way on.
Hold on. Do not tease us with an active war zone and then try and pull out, please.
For Miss Rook, is there a problem?
not at all.
Dio will say, I have a problem. As I have stated, I cannot go there with you. I think I will retire and go back to the song, siren song for the evening. Thank you all so much for the company.
It's great to hang out with you, Dio.
Take it easy, jukebox.
I'm gonna give him a hug. Say good luck, man.
Thank
You did a
you.
great job. She was just better. We all can't lie.
Try to be safe.
Thank you, Dio. You well.
See you, pal.
Goodbye. And he'll leave up the stairs. Farrell's going to check out not much longer after that, after Lucas is no challenge at all to him in the games. And they get further apart the more he plays that game, which was made before he was born, and he's never played. So he taps out, talking to Aramis about scheduling some kind of band practice to see how things fit together, if that makes sense with Rook and Dio, maybe. But he heads out, and Lucas will kind of unceremoniously take his seat with y'all at your grouped together tables.
I think Rook's just gonna lean over and be like, I think we're taking off to a really seedy area. I don't know if it's quite your scene.
Is there danger?
It's a war zone.
Yeah, then I'm not going there.
Yeah, I didn't think so.
Mm-hmm.
She'll
What are
just
you
kinda
going to
look
do there?
at him. Don't ask questions. You know this. I'll be back at the place later.
Yeah, well, he's like, well, screw this, I'm going to the tavern. Y'all be careful, or you all be careful, and message me when you're done.
Will do.
Okay. And Woodrow, I have something I need to talk to you about, but we can do it another time.
Is that Lucas or DM?
Aramis.
Aramis. Got it. Yeah. I'll be back at the shop tomorrow. Swing through.
And then he will also head out. And it's just the five of you. Well, I mean, there's other patrons in the bar, but it's just the five of you sitting together. Y'all finish your drinks and set off for Forge Meat.
Yep.
Yep.
There's two ways to get there. There's through the Bloodlanes territory near where you live, Rook. Excuse me. Then there's going straight there from this territory, but you'll be along the edge of the ruins. And then, there's anywhere in between them, and you can go way outside of those streets, of course. But the main two options are either through town or along the edge of the ruins. And through town's faster, edge of the ruins more dangerous.
Don't matter to me either way.
I'm a little bit more comfortable going through that area, and she'll kind of motion like the general area where she lives. But I'm following, so.
I forgive if I'm speaking out of place. I would prefer the fastest way possible.
I mean, faster and safer feels right. If we're trying to get somewhere to get something done, then yeah, straight line.
To by the ruins?
Oh, through town.
Oh, okay. Okay. Takes out a good half an hour walking through the streets. You can see the graffiti along the arcane glittering or shimmering graffiti on buildings, burnt out cars, some cars that have been chopped up and made into stalls for street vendors, or cocks, I should say, not cars. and of course, like the constant moving stars of the high city above you, low town and high city above you. You can even hear what sounds like the stadium roaring with fans high above, and see. Where did I put the stadium? It was like C-130 or something. Um, Way high above, and but eventually you make your way through, and you come to a section of roads that have cocks without wheels piled up as kind of a barrier along the roads, and on this side of them are white fists. You can see many humans and dwarves who've dyed their hair white and or taken tattoos of scales along their cheeks or foreheads, and many dragonborn and kobolds that either dye their scales white or are white in nature. All of them have very like hardened clothing or hardened looks and scars. Many wear loose jewelry and their fashion is a bit more advanced, you could say, like where most people just wear whatever. Like the gangs usually have similar colors, but not like outfits or anything. These are all very sleek, like body suits that they have, because their leader Napoleon is a dragon who is the descendant of the dragon that owns the building that they work out of. So they have they probably have the biggest bank of any of the gangs down here. And they kind of stop you all. One of the large dragonborn will walk up and be like, what are you doing here? You trying to get across to the grinders? You spies, messengers.
Do I recognize this guy?
If
I ever worked on his bicock before?
Is he speaking Draconic or common?
Common.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. He says, "Wait, is that Woodrow?"
Yeah.
I never seen you leave your building. Oh, never.
Yeah, well, had to run a couple errands. Head to Forge Meat. Got a missing person with all the fucking hubbub going around. Just trying to pull a quick extraction.
Forge Meat. Our intel says that place is full of beasts. Some kind of queen wasp set up in there a week or so ago, and they've been just building nests. More and more wasps every day, it seems like.
Yeah, well, I ain't leaving the shop unless I'm getting paid, so if I can... Figured it was going to be something stupid. Wasps sound pretty stupid to me. But I fix y'all shit too good, and y'all don't come in often enough to keep my lights on, so gotta make the money somehow.
Mm-hmm. At that point, he's like, "Yep, I understand that." And then there's a laser blast like behind him that slams into the building nearby, and he turns around, "Attack! We're under attack!" And they all run up to try to like the holes in between the cars and shoot through them, trying to hit probably grinders on the other side. They exchange fire.
From here, is there any way that I see to quickly get around these guys and through to try and get to Forge Meat? And if there is a role involved, can I have Dora get me a bird's eye view for some help action?
Yes, absolutely. You make a perception or investigation or survival, actually. I think.
That's a crit.
Ooh. All right. Yeah.
Hey,
You definitely find an old fire escape system that you can use. Let Dora unlock it from the top, and it rolls down the side of the building, and y'all can use that to get across. And then you can get back down a couple of blocks away near Forge Meat.
While all these guys are handling blind fire at this wall of fucking busted down cars, I'm gonna slap Butcher's thigh and tell him to follow me, and we're gonna head to that fire escape and up and through.
Sounds good. I'm following.
likewise.
All right. Y'all scurry up this old apartment complex. Seems dead inside. Nothing but critters moving around. Make your way to the top of it, and you'll start running and dashing across the rooftops. Good 5-6 stories up until you get to well past the gunfire. Looking out over, you can see that there is, as you look back towards it, the grinders are retreating, and you can hear a bit of celebration from the White Fist. But then you see busting out of a window from one of the buildings you've already jumped across, busting out of a window and falling onto into the group of White Fist members is some kind of bladed clockwork figure. No taller than a dwarf. It doesn't look humanoid. It looks more like some sort of beast, just covered with blades spinning all directions on it. And there's some screams. The cheers and then the screams begin.
I take some mental design notes as we continue on.
Okay. And then you unlock the next fire escape, and you head down to see Forge Meat, standing at its nearly 200 stories, 3-block base, or 3-block wide base. It has an older design with these buttresses coming up along the sides, and then forming these kind of what are they called? Overhangs of stone, highly designed with arches carved into them. The whole thing seems to be made out of diorite or some other dark stone. You can see there are massive windows that are covered in gunk on the other side, and dust and dirt on this side. The bottom 20 stories, there's barely any lights on at all in the building. And you see nothing below the 5th or 10th floor, no lights at all. But there's a north, south, east, and west entrance to it. Massive glass double doors, braces on the top and bottom of them that can be locked. You do find that the east one is unlocked. It smells really bad if you crack it open. What would y'all like to do?
Do I recognize the stench at all, or is it just it smells really bad?
Make a nature check. Or roll a nature check.
Nature's one of my good ones, not. You see?
Yeah, you do not know the smell. It smells bad though. Like there's definitely some rot in there.
I think Rook will give it a try too. Not good at it, but she'll try to see if she can be like, what is that nasty?
Something is rotting.
That's a whopping 12.
With the 12, you definitely smell the rot, and there's a thicker humidity in there as well that you can feel on your skin. And okay. Okay, so yeah, you could smell. It's kind of like. Have you ever had clove? I mean, cooked with cloves or smoked clove cigarettes or anything like that?
I know the smell.
It's like an that in a whole bunch of like germinated oil. So it's kind of like it almost smells like, I guess it would smell sort of like a bakery, but like with the rot, like a cake of rot. It's full of sugar, but it's also rot.
So disgusting bakery. Yeah, she just looks back at everyone and just goes, "It smells like where bread goes to die." And she basically like explains as best she can what she's smelling. It's just like, I want to look, but I don't want to look.
Give this one to me. And Eldaris is going to see what
Gladly steps aside.
Eldaris is going to peek in and see if his super dark vision can see anything.
Okay, as you look in, it seems to be the east end or the east side of this first floor or ground floor is some sort of shopping center. It has a avenue down the center with some overgrown and dilapidated flower pots, like a couple of large ones at each end, and then a median full of I don't know what to call that, but like a large potting area, all of it overgrown and dilapidated. You can see that everything is kind of covered in grayish matter, this stringy, dry, flaky, like a dried out biscuit almost, grayish matter. And you can see stores on each side. Some of them have busted, the storefront is busted in, and the place has been robbed. Others have iron or steel grates that come down in front of it, but it all looks rusted, very old. It doesn't look like any humans have been in here in a while. And then you hear a buzzing as you see coming out from around the corner at the end of the avenue as it goes left and right. You see what looks to be a horse-sized wasp floating a few inches off of the ground with its wings. And you can also see that one of its spinule or very tiny thin legs ends with what looks to be a human foot.
As I'm seeing all of this, I'm relaying it to the group.
Okay. You're mentally or out loud?
Mentally, so the wasp doesn't decide it wants to kick me in the face.
That's exactly what I was asking.
I'll go with Rook because she is most familiar right now with my little mind tricks. So, just saying like, here's what I see, and I'm rattling it off.
And she'll basically like parrot that back to the group. It sounds really gross. Like, what the fuck?
I should have brought my bug spray.
At this point, like when I pull my head back and just look at everyone, I'll whisper. If any of you should happen to hear my voice in your head, you can be less alarmed.
Was I supposed to be alarmed?
No, you knew it was coming from me.
Eldaris is going to hear Woodrow's voice in his head as Woodrow puts a hand up to his mouth. You're not the only one with comms, kid.
Eldaris will look at Woodrow and just say, I don't have comms.
Yeah, when you look him over, he doesn't seem to have any artificial body parts.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, technology is just another form of magic. As
Fair enough. But yes, the wasp turns towards this avenue, like when you go into the mall and there's the big walkway and the shops on each side. It turns towards the doors, towards this avenue, and starts hovering towards the doors, like kind of sticking its antenna out and letting them sweep each door as it passes by them. That one human foot just dead, hanging. I mean, it's pink, or it's got color and blood to it, but it's not like it doesn't have any muscle. So, like that, they don't have an ankle, right, to move it. It just lays there, hangs there. Obviously, some sort of wild radiation mutation. But this is pretty far for something radiated to make it from the reactors out of the edge of the city.
So, to the group, figure that's a patrol. Let it pass by before we go in.
Agreed.
The safest thing to do.
I think the smartest thing to do.
Okay. You hear the buzzing of its wings as it moves around the door and see its messed up silhouette through the grimy doors. And then it turns and gets farther and farther away until you don't hear it anymore. And a peek inside reveals that the shopping avenue is clear.
Shall we?
Interesting.
Okay. And I think as y'all enter Forge Meat Tower on the east end, we're going to call it there. I know it's a little early and we started a little late, but this is going to be dungeon-esque. So 10 minutes is not going to cover it.
Cool.
Nice cliffhanger.
As we enter Forge Meat.
We may or may not leave.
That was a lot of fun, y'all.
Yeah.
Yeah, good RP.
A little bit of bar hopping. A little bit of everybody still getting together, getting to know each other. Dig that.
Yep.
A little bit of ridiculously high stealth rolls so I don't get to sneak off on my own.
Fucking rogues, man.
I'm following you, so.
Awesome.
You were close.
What's up?
Oh, I said you were close with your perception.
Thanks everybody for joining us. Thanks for everybody for coming to watch. There's all sorts of links below and on the other tabs, and hit thumb up, ring a bell, do the online stuff. You know what it is. Do the stuff. In the meantime,
and then check this out next month on our off weeks. I'm going to be running a Glitter Hearts game called what do they call it? The Omegaverse Cometh.
Yep, we finally get to try out our first new system on the stream, which I am super excited about. So we're going to be doing that. Is that starting off next week?
That would be next.
No. Oh, yeah, next week. I'm sorry.
Yep, so we are premiering Glitter Hearts next week, and after that we'll be back to Denizens. I'll keep everybody posted on the schedule, and other than that, yeah, that was fun. Bye, y'all.
Bye, y'all. Thanks for coming.
Sorry I overslept.
Adios.